Hello everybody, welcome to Also Rusty Bucket. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. This channel is very nearly at 70k subscribers, and I'd like to see if I can hit that milestone by the end of August. So if you could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Also drop a like on this video. It only takes 1 second and it makes a massive difference. Also real quick, I do want to mention that on my main channel, I'm about to upload a video on Russell Westbrook and the Lakers and that trade. And I would just like to get y'all's support on that because I'm going to be changing up some of the content on the main channel, and I'd like to see that it's worthwhile, so go check out that video when it comes out. I was planning on doing a video on the Lauri Markkanen situation, the fact that no team had really signed him, and I'm probably going to be doing that video tomorrow unless a team signs him, because instead I'm going to have to do a video talking about the investigation the NBA has opened up on the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls in a sign and trade. So it was the Lonzo Ball sign and trade from the Pelicans of the Bulls, and of course the Kyle Lowry sign and trade to the Miami Heat. So the Raptors and the Raptors and the Pelicans are also under investigation. They're just the teams that lost the better player. So it's the Bulls and the Heat are more in focus here because they're the ones who gained a better player. So the NBA has opened an investigation into possible tampering violations, including 2 sign-and-trade deals completed in free agency. So it's worth mentioning that Woj is noting that these are like the most noteworthy things in this potential investigation. I think there's going to be more things on top of it. 2 years ago, the NBA elevated maximum tampering fine to $10 million from teams and opened door for suspension of executives, forfeiting of draft picks, and voiding of contracts. Team executives can also have their communications, such as phone records, texts, and emails, randomly audited. So, this is not good. The NBA can void the contract that Lonzo Ball signed, that Kyle Lowry signed, and make the deal no longer go through. But really, all they can do is make it happen to where the deal that was met is now void, but essentially both teams in the deal can redo the deal. It's just a matter of whether or not one of the teams has changed their mind. And that's more so what I'd be concerned about rather than the move itself being voided, because like I'm particularly focusing on the Bulls one because Lonzo Ball to the Bulls is like one of the happiest things in my life. So for it to fall through would be very, very disappointing to me. Really, I'm concerned about the potential of New Orleans realizing, hey, wait a minute, we got a terrible return. They got a second-round pick, Garrett Temple, and Tomas Satoransky. So they really didn't get shit back. And being that, I mean, they did get Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham is on that roster. So they could potentially not even really have the proper money to bring Lonzo back, even if they wanted to. So I feel like in the end result of all of this, it's still going to be Lonzo Ball on the Bulls. It's probably still going to be Kyle Lowry on the Raptors. I think that was an even trade from both sides. Obviously, Kyle Lowry wants that money. Obviously, he wants to be in Toronto, or he wants to be in Miami. So sorry if that stung Raptors fans. Obviously, he wants to be in Miami, so I'm pretty confident that move is going to happen. The only thing is there's probably going to be suspensions if they're found to have tampered. There's probably going to be some second-round picks removed and potentially executives being suspended, which I don't know what that really means. For the most part, the Bulls are mostly done with the moves that they have to do, so I don't know. But really the reason I'm talking about this video is that tampering in general is kind of stupid. And I don't mean the act of tampering, I mean the act of punishing it. Not necessarily because it's not something that can be worthy of punishment, but the application of the tampering rules is so wishy-washy that it's like either punish everybody or punish nobody. You should not have this like selective picking and choosing when and where something is and isn't tampering. And that's where a majority of the discourse has gone today on Twitter. It is pretty stupid and pretty annoying. When I say that it is selective, I just retweeted this thing that was the LA Times article saying that 2 weeks ago, Russell Westbrook had discussed with LeBron James and Anthony Davis to join the Lakers. And of course, Rob Pelinka was involved in all of that. So That's fucking tampering too. This is an official report of something that happened. And as far as I'm aware, this is not under investigation. And I guarantee you that multiple of the deals, if not all of them in free agency, were negotiated at some level or another before free agency actually started. It's not like teams actually wait for this deadline. And it's pretty universal that teams and players are talking to each other behind the scenes. So it's not necessarily that they should be allowed to do that. It's just that they are. So either punish everybody or nobody. And honestly, I kind of do think they should be allowed to do it, because what difference does it really fucking make if you do it now versus do it later? Like, the argument could be made you're trying to get a leg up on a team potentially, but like, those teams are talking to other teams. I'm really confident in that. Like, the argument is, this team got to exclusively talk to this team, but like, there's no way the Pelicans did not talk to other teams about potential Lonzo Ball moves. So it's not as though the Bulls got some exclusive deal with him or with them. Not to mention, it was Lonzo Ball's decision to go to the Bulls. It was Kyle Lowry's decision to go to the Heat. So, especially in a sign and trade instance, I feel like tampering is basically null and void. I do want to mention that a lot of people are like the people who are saying these moves are going to fall through. I mean, this could age poorly, and they do. But I'm pretty confident that these players are still going to end up on the teams that they're on right now or are supposed to be. But people keep mentioning the Bogdan Bogdanovic deal. I almost said Bojan. They mentioned the Bogdan Bogdanovic deal of the previous offseason with the Bucks, where it was Dante DiVincenzo, DJ Wilson, and then somebody else to fill salary. And I think a second-round pick or two for the Sacramento Kings. And Bogdan would go to the Chicago Bulls, the Milwaukee Bucks. And that deal fell through because it was found to be tampering. The Milwaukee Bucks lost a second-round pick. I believe they got a fine, and that's the only thing that the NBA did. Oh, they also voided they voided the move, so it wasn't official, even though it wasn't really official yet, because I don't think Bogdanovic had yet signed a contract. But because of the situation, there was a little bit of turmoil in between Bogdanovic and the Milwaukee Bucks, and as a result, he ended up signing a contract with the Hawks. So the Kings got nothing, the Bucks got nothing, and it was more a matter of how do I put this? It was after the deal had fallen through, it was because Bogdanovic no longer wanted to be with the Bucks for the money he was getting. That's the reason why it no longer happened. It's basically there was a reset of the opportunity to change your mind. And that's what's more so concerning than the potential of the move can just be redone essentially, unless it's voiding second round picks that were a part of the move. But even though you can just trade other second round picks, I don't give a shit about second round picks personally. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but it's frustrating. And if it does end up being a big deal, you're probably going to get a 10-minute video of me screaming if this deal is voided and Lonzo Ball ends up somewhere else, because that move made me really happy. On top of the DeMar DeRozan move, made me really happy. So if that shit's voided, I'm going to be a very, very sad man. Anyways, that's what I think about this situation. Let me just, as I've done multiple times now, let me just check Woj's Twitter to see if there is any update. No, he just released an article, which I'm not going to read on the spot here. So yeah, that is it. It should be mentioned that Ramona Shelburne helped Woj break this deal, or might have been the primary person, but I follow Woj and not her. But credit to her for that, I suppose. But yeah, that is it. Goodbye.